Well, in this one, I'll show you how to scoop up arrowheads and other ancient artifacts off the bottom of the Ohio River. Just like that. Alright, see all this here? Look up through here. Now see here? See the rock laying in here? I'm going to sift in here a little bit and see what's laying here. I found some flakes. Want to see it? There's another flake right there. See it? There's one. There might be a point laying right here. I'd say there's several. Now look at this. I started scraping in here. You can see right there's base clay. So there ain't much. There's little pockets of grass. See it? That's been fired. That's not a hammerstone, but it sure looks like one. But see the cracked up, burn up rock? I'll show you what my screen looks like after what I'm doing here. I'll show you. See that? There's stuff right there. Just a little bit on that base clay. You want to get all that. There could be a point laying right there with just a millimeter of soil on it. Now it's in my sifter. This is all the shore there ever is here, and the water's low. You can never surface hunt this in lots of places. Hear that? Hear that in there? That's gravel and fired rock that's come right out of this bank above me, right below where an ancient civilization was. And all of this stuff's right here. I'll show you this in a minute. I really loaded this up as a test screen. That's what I do. You gotta watch in some places. There's lots of beer bottles dumped in here too that were dumped, you know, recently. They're all broke up and they will cut you. There's a flake right there. There's something. There's another flake. There's a flake. There's a flake. There's a flake. See, this is what you want to be seeing. If you're not seeing flakes, you're not on a very good place, see? There's another one. There's one. These are all little finishing flakes. There's one. Here's a minute one. Look at that piece of chalcedony there. There could be something insane laying right there. I'd say there's at least 4 or 5 points. I'll show you these flakes. Just hold on. There's another tiny finishing flake right there. This is exactly what you want to see on a place where you have a potential to do good for a while. This is what a good site looks like on the river when you're sifting. I'll find, you know, at least a point an hour here if I dig hard. I don't see anything in that work, but look at this. That's like 8-9 shovelfuls of dirt. All these flakes from the manufacture of ancient artifacts. Man. See how the base clay's here? And this sandy stuff in the rock. See, there's a flake right there. And the artifacts are laying right on it. See, there's a, what the heck? That's a green flake. It's a little knife. It's worked. That's kind of nice. It's beautiful material. But what I'm doing is this. You can kind of see the principle here. The bank's straight up and down. The bank comes down. It's getting eroded by water. All that time, it's falling right here. And then this kind of slants out. And the water's into here someplace, which is right here. All of that rock and stuff accumulates right out in a few, like out to here is about the extent of it, and then it gets dissipated. So what I'm doing is at the bottom of that slant, looking for the stuff that accumulates right out through here. And that's what I'm sifting. And it's loaded usually. It is here. You saw I just picked up a knife right there off the surface. That's crazy.
Well, here's that little knife I picked up there in the surf. Look at the edge work on it. You can see it there, and look at that curved edge. They used that just as a little knife. Later.
Alright, now what I'm doing is feeling on this base clay. That base clay runs out here, and you know, it might get thicker in spots to where it's a foot thick. And that's probably a pocket with some points in it. But see what I'm doing? See, you can even hear the gravel and stuff. There's artifact. This is artifact rich pay dirt. That bank here's at least 10 foot high. It's all grown up now, you can't see it. But rain and stuff are right, and there's not much current in this river, so this gravel really don't get carried away. It's everything that come out of the bank right here above me. That feels good. I can feel a pocket of thick gravel in here. There could be 2 or 3 points right in this one little pocket in the base clay. Hopefully that kind of gives you an idea of what I'm doing. This is a place you couldn't even really surface hunt. But you can find a lot of arrowheads like this. Later. Well, I've been here about 45 minutes. What I've been doing is I found the evidence right here. You know, there isn't much here to sift. You can see the rock on here, the fired rock and the flakes. I picked up that little flake knife. And what I was doing was this, and scraping it till I found pockets, which, where's it at? Right here. There's several pockets right in here is where I got this stuff. There's a big pocket of gravel laying in the base clay. I probed it out. It's clear out into here, and it's over a foot thick, so there'll be multiple artifacts in it. And I got them. Let me pick this up, put it over here. Hold on, I'll get right back. All right, I just brought this over the boat so I can put these in my bag. You know, I'm standing in water and it's windy. But I got a Brereton in here and a knife laying right beside each other, and the Brereton's made out of green and red chert. Holy crap. It looks pretty nice. You know, it's about a 6,000-year-old point. See them? Let's pick up the knife first. Right there's a little knife. And right there's the cortex of the river cobble, but you can see it was used as a knife. Now look right here. There's a little Brereton point. And it's got a red tip, and it's like that green chert. It ain't bad. That's a nice little find. I'll sift the rest of this down and see what else there is. I knew there'd be points laying there. Yeah, here's this little point. You can see it's real deep hunter green with like red on it. I call it Christmas chert. So you can see another inclusion of it there, and then the tip. It's kind of nice looking. This is what it is. It's a Brereton corner notched, or Brereton side notched. It's kind of a cross. You can see it's right on that. And that's a 6,000-year-old Arrowhead dart. It's kind of nice. You know, I'm gonna find a lot of stuff in there. I'm taking it easy because my shoulder's still kind of sore, but good start there. Later. See how it's kind of sandy, silty material here, and it gets carried around? Only the rock's going to be laying here on the clay. And you have to look at this as like, see it all in there? It's like a sluice box with a gold mining operation. All the rock and arrowheads is going to be laying in the big, deepest pockets on the base clay, the little like lakes of gravel. And I'm in one right now. That's where the point come from, and the knife and the same screen, and there was all kinds of little finishing flakes. See what I'm doing here? I'm scraping this hole in the base clay and getting everything out of it. It's just loaded with good looking material. Loaded. It's a pretty big pocket too, and we'll be here several hours digging. Look at the rock in it. Yep. I'll get back. I'll find something else. I probably will. All this stuff in here, it's everything out of the bank. This is ancient campfire rock, but look at all of the work pieces. There's another broken Madison point. I'll show it to you cleaned up. Look at the real old ceramics, Cousteau. And this is just 4 shovelfuls of dirt. There's another flake, finishing flake from the manufacturer. There's another one. There'll be like 15 to 20 in here in every screen. Here's a piece of the red and green stuff, like the point's made out of. It's loaded. And see, the modern beer bottle is busted up. There's another flake. I mean, this is loaded, folks. Look at this. Just a few shovelfuls of dirt. This is what you want to see, though. I'm telling you, there's another flake. Another finishing flake. They're just everywhere, and that's a big sight. It's what you're going to see. Here's another one. Later.
Yeah, it's a shame on that. You can see all of them. See that thinning from the base? It almost looks like a flute there, but look, that's like the size of a fingernail. Just the tiny, minute tip. And that's just gone from being shot. It's impacted. Shot from a little bow. Look how tiny that is. They were probably hunting right there along the river 1,000 years ago. And lost that.
I'm serious. From like right there to right over here to this log, I'll be able to sift in here all day and find artifacts every hour, like multiple every hour. Look at this flake knife I just found. It's worked from tip to tip. It's been used. It's a little flake bladelet. That's nice.
See, that's another little knife, just like that first one I showed you. See that curved edge on it and how that's all worked? And it's a flake. It's been used as a little knife. Look at all up through there. All the work on that in use. It's nice.
Hear that? That's gravel and fired rock right there. That's what you want to be hearing, and you want to be using your shovel like a probe to scrape that stuff up and get it in your sifter. There's going to be more artifacts come out of here, that's for sure. This feels excellent. Place is stinking loaded. I just got a big knife. It's probably a hafted knife. I mean, this place is loaded with artifacts. Look at the, see how the cracking, that's a heated ancient piece of rock. There's little finishing flakes, and this is what you want to see in every screen. And there's another one right there. There's old glass too, but you see the knife? Looks pretty nice. Right there. That's pretty nice. That's probably hafted. You can kind of see kind of a notch here in the side, in both sides. That's probably where it was hafted up to. It's black and all it's hurt, but it's got tan like swirls to it. It's lower quality material. It's almost like rhyolite.
You know, this material, you can see how it lightened up. This might even be a projectile. You can see it was probably used as a knife, but you can see the shouldering on it. See the shoulder here, and then over on this side, it's almost like a, looks like a bulgy branch or something type point, or like some kind of adena. It's weird, and that's not dirt. Those are tan inclusions and a black, like rhyolite like material. Big tan spots. That's kind of nice. It was probably hafted right to there. Well, it was, and it was probably just used as a little knife. That's pretty cool, huh? Later. From that first part of this video, here's all the flakes I found. Found this old pot, that's old ceramics. You know, that could be from the 1700s. This could. But lots of nice Flint Ridge material. Lots of these cores. This is what they were making most of the points out of, these river cobble cherts, with the exception of the Flint Ridge and stuff. But you can see here's a river cobble that they started to make into a point. See how it's been starting to be thinned down? But see this knot? That stopped them. That's like a knot in wood. They weren't chipping that, napping that down in that spot, so they threw this down. That's what that is. And see, you can see the progression here. But I wanted to show you the flakes too. Thanks for watching. Alright, here's stuff off the same stretch of river that I found recently that was found using the same techniques I did in this video. You can have all this kind of stuff. Thanks for watching. Now this is the book I use for quick reference in my videos, Overstreet Guide to Indian Arrowheads. There's newer editions that are even better, but wherever you live in the United States, Canada, northern Mexico, stuff's in here, and you can pretty much identify anything that you have. There's some color plates so you can see the material, and just all over the US. Later.